Hello students, myself Sanjay Singh from Government Engineering College Ajmer. Students, today we will learn a new concept of serial communication between two devices. A process of sending data bit by bit sequentially over a single channel or a single wire between the sender and the receiver is known as a serial transmission of data. Normally, microprocessor or a processor is a parallel device and that generates the data in parallel form. And that data, if we want to send between a long distance, then there is requirement of many number of wires to transmit that data. This will increase the costing of transmission of data. Therefore, for a long distance transmission, we require to convert this parallel data into serial form so that data can be transmitted or lower cost. Although the speed of this serial transmission is slower than the parallel transmission, but it is cost efficient. So today we will learn that how the data will be transmitted serially or a communication channel. It requires only one communication line rather than the n lines to transmit the data from sender to receiver. For the correct data transmission, there has to be some form of synchronization between transmitter and receiver. Means there should be a common negotiation between transmitter and receiver so that the data can be transmitted between sender and receiver. In a serial communication that reduce the cost of IC packages by reducing the number of pins used for communication between different ICs instead of using parallel communication. The basics of serial communication are its bitrate. Bitrate is the number of bits that is sent per second. Second uh, measure, that is baud rate. Baud rate is the number of symbols that is sent every second, where every symbol represents more than one bit. A sender and receiver must agree on set of rules or protocols that when the data transmission begins and when it is ends, and the used bitrate and packaging format that is used in serial communication. The serial communications are of two types. One is called synchronous data transfer and another one is called asynchronous data transfer. In synchronous data transfer, sender and receiver use the same clock signal, means both the parties, that is sender and receiver, are agree on single clock cycle. It supports high data transfer rate, needs the clock signal between the sender and the receiver. The master should provide the clock signal to tell all the receivers in the synchronous data transfer. Second mode of transmission is called asynchronous data transfer. For asynchronous data transfer, there is no common clock signal between the sender and receiver. Means there is no synchronization between sender and receiver. Sender provides a synchronization signal to receive before the starting the transfer of each message. The sender and the receiver first need to agree on the data transfer speed and how many bits will be transmitted. It also slows the data transfer rate. Means there is no synchronization between the sender and receiver. So the data transfer rate will be slower as compared to synchronous data transfer. Because in synchronous data transfer, there is a master clock that provides the signal to all the receivers in synchronous data transfer. Now, the definition of serial synchronous transmission is that synchronous transmission is efficient, reliable, and used for transferring a large amount of data. Communicated is performed is based on the synchronization signal that is added to each bit from the sending side. Synchronization between the source and destination is required so that the source knows where the new byte begins since there is no space between the data. Means we have to know that when the data will be start and when the data will be end. It provides a real-time communication between the connected devices. A chat room, video conferencing, telephonic conversation, as well as face-to-face interaction are the some example of synchronous transmission. Here is the sender and here is the receiver, that there is a flow of bits from sender to receiver. Now, second type of serial communication, that is asynchronous data transmission. In asynchronous transmission, data flows at one byte or a character at a time. For asynchronous transmission, a start bit is used to identify the beginning of each character, and at the last, at least one stop bit used to identify the end of character. This is known as bit synchronization also. Means there are some start and stop bits are defined. For example, here is 1 is a start bit, 0 is the stop bit. So here is the data. These start and stop bits are not the part of data. Here is the diagram that shows that stop bit is marked when stop bit marked, next bit will be start bit, and thereafter the data will be flow. Effectively, sender and receiver are synchronized on a character by character basis, and asynchronous serial data communication is widely used for character oriented transmission, while block oriented data transfer use the synchronous method. Because in asynchronous mode, only few data or a small amount of data can be sent or transmitted. But in synchronous mode, a large amount of data can be transmitted. In asynchronous method, each character is placed between a start and stop bit. This is called framing. So here is the framing, that data is located between the stop bit and the start bit. So the data transmission in serial communication are of three types. One is called simplex transmission. A communication is possible in one direction, in which a transmitter transmit the data, but the transmission will be not in reverse direction. Means transmit only sends the data to the receiver. For example, our TV broadcasting is an example of simplex transmission. Second one is called half duplex transmission. In half duplex, a communication is possible in both directions, but only one transmission and on receiving at a time. For example, walkie-talkie is the example of half duplex mode, in which at a time only one transmitter only or receiver only can send the data at a time. Last one is called that full duplex mode. A communication is possible in both the direction. Both the side can transmit and receive the data on same time. For example, our phone, basic phone or mobile is the example of full duplex mode. So today we have covered the serial transmission between two or more devices. Now, the device that is used for serial communication in all the modes or for serial communication is called UART. UART is a universal synchronous asynchronous receiver transmitter. It is a chip that is used for serial communication. In next lecture, we will cover these uh, this UART in detail, its pin diagram, its architecture block diagram, and its mode of operations. So for today, we have learned the synchronous, asynchronous serial communication. That's all. Thank you so much.